Hi, this is Trepacer. This is going to be my review of Neighbors 2. I went to see it on Friday, and Neighbors 2. That's my ticket stub for that. Of course, this is a sequel to the Neighbors, which came out in 2014. That movie starred, of course, Zac Efron and Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen, of course. And, Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne's characters were married, and they lived next door. And, of course, a frat moved in. And of course, Zack Snyder and Dave Franco, they were the two lead guys, and they had their little battles and stuff. And, with them being rowdy next door neighbors, of course. So this is the sequel to this one. And in this case, this movie picks up, if you've seen the trailer, basically what happens is that their daughter, it's been a few years later, their daughter is, I think about 4, and she's pregnant again, Rose Byrne's character again, and they have officially sold their house in their escrow, and it's basically they have 30 days, between now and the new buyers can come by. And of course, in the midst of that, like you see in the trailer, Chloe Grace Moretz, her character Shelby, her and her 2 friends Beth and Nora, they decided to form their own fraternity because they can't, in the regular fraternity they try, sorority, that they try to join. There's no partying and stuff, so they decide they want to form their own sorority where they can get high and basically be their own independent women. They don't want to be part of sororities where they have to be forced to go to fraternities to have party and be basically subject to the male fraternities and all their antics. So they decide to buy, to rent a house, and of course that house happens to be right next door to Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne's character. Now this movie had a few chuckles. It was a decent sequel, I think, to the first movie. I think the first movie was funnier, I think, than this one. This one had its moments, but I think the first movie was just a lot funnier. I wasn't crazy about the first movie, but it had its moments. It was funny. And this movie is like a lighter version of that one. Okay, and it's not because of the women. I guess in this movie you have to give them credit, I guess, in this movie for not going for the cheap. Now that it's a sorority versus a fraternity, in this movie since it's a sorority, they don't go for the cheap, female nudity thing in this movie. But the laughs at the usual sophomoric things and stuff. And they also, I thought Zac Efron, he fully commits to his part. I have to give him credit for that. He fully commits to his part. He winds up basically pitching in with the neighbors to get the sorority out. I won't tell you what happens in the beginning, but he basically teams up with them to help drive the sorority out. Like I said, the movie, I don't think it's as funny as the first movie. I think this movie is just a little lighter version. Like I said, I give him credit for not trying to go for the cheap female laughs, I guess, that with female nudity and all that stuff. But they don't go for that in this movie. Yeah, but there's this sophomoric attempts at humor and stuff. There were funny bits in the movie, sprinkled throughout the movie. Now, like I said, I think the first movie was a lot funnier than this one, but this one's like a little lighter version of this. And I didn't expect a Dave Franco's character, because from the trailers you don't see his character that much. Actually, I don't think you see his character at all. But he's in the movie a lot more than you think. Okay, but again, I give Zac Efron credit. He fully commits to his Teddy Sanders character. And Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, they play off each other really nicely. And there's some funny bits with him and their and their daughter. I like those bits with them. Them worrying about the effect of their, of raising their daughter. The 4-year-old. And so I thought those moments were funny. And the moments of them versus the sorority were okay. No earth-shattering thing. Nothing too crazy, but not. And I don't think I don't think it's as funny as the first one. It's just okay. So I'm gonna give. If you don't see this movie, you can wait till it comes on video on demand. You don't have to rush out and see it because it's not a sequel that had to be made. I don't think it. Yeah, it could have been funnier. Yes, I think it could have been funnier. Okay, a little bit more raunchier if they wanted to. I think they could have, but I think they purposely held back on this movie. So I'm gonna give Neighbors 2 a 6.5. Yeah, I'll give it a 6.5. I don't know what I gave the original Neighbors movie, which wasn't too crazy about it. I mean, that one I think was a lot funnier than this one, but this one I think is a little, yeah, okay, in the same vein, but not as funny. Put it that way. So I'm gonna give again Neighbors 2 a 6.5. Okay, like I said, you don't have to rush out to see it. You can wait till it comes out on video if you want. Okay, and I heard they're gonna make a third part possibly, which they probably will because this movie is probably gonna make. It probably didn't cost that much to make it. It'll probably make its money back. Probably make a nice little profit, and they'll probably do a third one. Again, like I said, Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, they play off each other really nice. I like their characters, and again, Zac Efron, he fully goes all in these movies. He fully commits to so I have to give him credit for that. Okay, so anyway, 6.5 for me. Let me know what you think. If you've seen Neighbors 2, what do you think of it? Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below, and if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. I also have another channel called Paul's Views and Opinions. The link is in the description box as well as links to my Facebook and Twitter. So please check those out as well. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.